When a person thinks deeply and seriously, he has a bad time among the general public. A creation of importance can only be produced when its author isolates himself. It is a child of solitude. The greatest evil that can befall a man is that he should come to think ill of himself. Our friends show us what we can do. Our enemies teach us what we must do. Destiny grants us our wishes, but in its own way, in order to give us something beyond our wishes. Do not give in too much to feelings. An overly sensitive heart is an unhappy possession on this shaky earth. Of all the thieves, idiots are the most harmful. They steal our time and mood from us. Many people take no care of their money until they come near the end of it, and others do the same with their time. If you knew how rarely we are understood correctly, you would be silent more often. You can easily judge a man's character by how he treats those who can do nothing for him. Man sees only what he wants to see, yet the invisible is what makes things truly visible. Nature understands no jesting. She is always true, always serious, always severe. She is always right, and the errors are always those of man. The intelligent man finds almost everything ridiculous, the sensible man hardly anything. One ought, every day at least, to hear a little song, read a good poem, see a fine picture, and, if it were possible, to speak a few reasonable words. A creation of importance can only be produced when its author isolates himself. It is a child of solitude. He who possesses art and science has religion. He who does not possess them needs religion. In nature, we never see anything isolated, but everything in connection with something else which is before it, beside it, under it, and over it. We do not have to visit a madhouse to find disordered minds. Our planet is the mental institution of the universe. The person born with a talent they are meant to use will find their greatest happiness in using it. The greatest thing in this world is not so much where we are, but in what direction we are moving. Nature knows no pause in progress and development, and attaches her curse on all inaction. Man is not born to solve the problem of the universe, but to find out what he has to do, and to restrain himself within the limits of his comprehension. To be clever enough to get a great deal of money, one must be stupid enough to want it. Whatever you can do, or dream you can do, begin it. Boldness has genius, power, and magic in it. You can easily judge the character of a man by how he treats those who can do nothing for him. The world is so empty if one thinks only of mountains, rivers, and cities, but to know someone here and there who thinks and feels with us, and though distant, is close to us in spirit, this makes the earth for us an inhabited garden. As long as you are not aware of the continual law of die and be again, you are merely a vague guest on a dark earth. What you get by achieving your goals is not as important as what you become by achieving your goals. If you treat an individual as he is, he will remain how he is, but if you treat him as if he were what he ought to be and could be, he will become what he ought to be and could be. What you get by achieving your goal is not as important as what you become by achieving your goal. The way you see people is the way you treat them, and the way you treat them is what they become. There is more to hopeless slavery than the slavery of those slaves who consider themselves free from fetters. Man sees only what he wants to see, yet the invisible is what makes things truly visible. A creation of importance can only be produced when its author isolates himself. It is a child of solitude. We do not have to visit a madhouse to find disordered minds. Our planet is the mental institution of the universe.